Hello, I'm Daniel Ziegler. I'm a professional Scrum Trainer at Scrum.org, and I work for Trainer Objects in Germany, in Stuttgart. And today I would like to talk with you about the signing off by a product owner. Why did I get to this topic? When I give product owner trainings, one of the first exercises is to talk about the purpose of a product owner, and what students often say or respond is, yeah, he's responsible for requirements and in the end signing off and approve the requirements in the sprint review after each sprint. So sitting there and going item by item through the sprint backlog and saying, yeah, this is it. The funny thing about this is that there is nothing like a sign-off in Scrum. So how can a product owner still make sure that he gets done, ready, and good software as he intended it to be developed? And because if you recall, a sprint review of a 2-week sprint is only 2 hours long. So how can a product owner at all make sure that all the software that has been produced up to that point is still working? How can he create test cases to make sure that his sign-off is really a sign-off, so it actually isn't possible at that amount of time? The answer is simple. That was what a product owner will see in a sprint review has to be done, has to be ready. So what are the ingredients for that? First thing you need is a definition of done, which is worth the paper it's written on, and especially it needs to reflect releasable done increment and with criteria that also are important for the product owner to be included. Second thing is you need a development team who is really committed to that definition of done and commits to release and develop at least once in a sprint, right through the sprint review, a done increment so that it can be inspected by the stakeholders in the sprint review. And third is that a product owner can rely on the development team to present a done increment at the end of the sprint. So what sounds easy is not as easy to be done and has to develop over time, but in fact there is no sign-off in Scrum, there is no control function of a product owner in a sprint review. He has to rely on a ready and finished and releasable done increment that is presented by the development team in the sprint review, so that stakeholders and himself and the rest of the Scrum team can give feedback, which then adapts the product backlog for future development. If you want deep discussions about this, visit one of the Scrum.org trainings. Product owner training is one of the good addresses for that, or look at the Scrum.org forums for further discussions. Thanks for that, and goodbye.